The motion was piloted by embattled former General Secretary of the Guyana Rice Producers Association, PPP Member of Parliament Dharam Kumar Siraj. It sought to, among other things, revoke the decision by the Agriculture Ministry through which farmers are required to pay a significant annual increase in land rentals for plots in the MMA-ADA scheme. Siraj deemed the increase unnecessary and insensitive and argued that the industry is currently experiencing difficulties which requires support rather than taxation and increases.
And that is why, sir, we brought this motion so that all of us in this National Assembly and outside of it, the extended cabinet and all of that, could debate on this matter and hopefully revoke and reverse the increases proposed by the Minister of Agriculture, because it is unpopular. It is very much unpopular on the ground in the farming communities across the divide, and it does not make economic sense to, at this point in time, increase taxation on a sector that is going through hard times.
Siraj argued too that the issue is one of bread and butter for thousands in the farming community who have been voicing their concerns at several fora. Minister Holder in response pointed out that farmers had been paying relatively low rental while increased services were provided to them, and yet some farmers were reluctant to honor their obligation to the MMA-ADA. Mr. Holder made clear that once monies from other areas are used to develop the scheme, then an increase in rentals should be expected. He stressed that developmental works are continuing in the scheme.
The MMA is currently engaged in the construction of new infrastructural works in Phase 2, that's Mahaicony and Abary, which will facilitate the development of another 15,000 acres of land. Overall, the MMA-ADA at present supports nearly half of the national rice production, about 30–35% of all livestock, mostly cattle production, and 10 to 15% of national sugar production.
Prime Minister Moses Nagamutu supported the Agriculture Minister's points, saying that the motion lacked merit and that the increase in rentals were reasonable and necessary.
That you accuse this side of being oppressive to rice farmers when you yourselves do not have what is often described as clean hands. You couldn't come to this court and accuse us of a mischief of which I know for sure the other side was guilty when they were in office.
Mr. Nagamutu further argued that the decision was also meant to avoid the MMA becoming bankrupt.
The truth is that MMA had been facing a financial crisis because rates were either too low and could not maintain the facilities that were necessary for thriving agricultural activities in the MMA-ADA area, that they had to go even after those who owed money.
Royden James, HGP Nightly News.